Hey there, in this video, we're going to be talking about the best Forex trading strategy, especially if you're a beginner and you're looking for a trading strategy that actually works, then you're in the right place. There's a lot of guys out there I know making YouTube videos that have no idea what they're talking about. And you're going to go from video, learn a strategy, go test it. It's not going to work. You're going to go to the next video, test the strategy, see if it works. It's not going to work. You've came to the right place. This is a strategy that absolutely works. And we're going to explain it to you really simply in this quick video. Hey there, Adam Wick here. And again, in this video, we're going to be talking about the best Forex trading strategy for beginners. This is perfect. It's a simple, easy trading strategy to get you going. If you're a new trader and you're looking for an edge or a trading strategy that will work for you for a long time, then this strategy is absolutely perfect. It's simple to do. It doesn't require a ton of knowledge about Forex. And I'm going to show you how we can make it really simple by simply getting alerts to your phone whenever these setups actually happen. So the way that this video is going to work is I'm simply going to break down how to look for this Forex trading strategy and how to look for the setup. And then I'm actually going to show you how you can install a simple little indicator. And I'm going to show you how you can try it for free and only pay for it if you feel like it's totally worth it. But it's just going to save you a ton of time. By the way, if you're new here, this channel is all built to help make your trading easy, lucrative, and fun. So if you want to make your trading easier, more lucrative, and more fun, then like this video here below and consider subscribing. We would absolutely love to have you. Anytime we come out with awesome content or new strategies or new videos, then you'll get notified. Okay, with that being said, let's get into it. Okay, so the strategy that we're going to be talking about is something called the kangaroo tail strategy. This is something that's been tested for a long time. This is something that I learned from one of the most famous Forex traders of our time. He wrote the book called Naked Forex, and he talks pretty in depth about this concept called the kangaroo tail strategy. So we're going to first get into talking about what actually is a kangaroo and what should you actually be looking for. The number one thing that you should be looking for is you need to make sure that this kangaroo tail is happening on a key zone. Some people refer to this as support and resistance or supply and demand. But we need to make sure it's happening on a key zone where price continues to move off of a key zone. Now, this is really cool. We have this thing called the bank secret indicator that I'm going to show you how you can get it for free, but it really simply shows you where these key zones are. It paints it in blue and it paints it in red, and it makes finding key zones really simple. Okay, so that's step number one is you got to make sure that it's on a key zone. As you can see here, when it gets to the red, this is when you should be looking for sells, and when it hits the blue, this is when you should be looking for buys. Okay, so that's the first thing. The second thing is you want to find a kangaroo tail candlestick pattern in these key zones. So what it looks like is it looks like this. Okay, it has these really long tail wicks, which are the kangaroo tails. Then it has these small bodies in the lower third, which represent the body of the kangaroo, so to speak. So basically the psychology behind this is that it's saying that price really tried to go higher in this session, but it really couldn't, and it closed the session here. So price tried to go higher, and it couldn't, and it ended here, right? So here's another example of a kangaroo tail at the bottom, right? This is the kangaroo tail at the bottom, and you have the body up at the top third here. Okay, so you have this long wicking body, which basically said price tried to go down, it tried to go down, and it couldn't, and it actually ended up closing up here, right? And then price will take off in this direction. That's the idea, okay? Now, a couple things about kangaroo tails is that the open and close, or the body part of it, it needs to be in the bottom third of the entire candle. Okay. The other thing is that the open and close must be within the previous candle's range. So what does that mean? Well, the range is the highest to the lowest during that session. Okay, so the body needs to fall in between this highest and this lowest range. Okay, now this is the basics of it. Again, here's the range of this candlestick here. Boom, this is the entire range. And then the kangaroo body falls within that range, right? So that's perfect. That's what we want to be looking for in a kangaroo tail. Now, the thing that I love about this bank secret indicator, which again, I'm going to show you how you can get for free, is that you can actually just get alerted if you want to. So you don't have to be looking on your charts. You can just get alerted anytime there's a kangaroo tail in a key zone. It's really simple. If we go here to indicator list, I can show you here, and we can just set up the alerts to either send us an email or a push notification to our MetaTrader 4 app, and we can just say what candlestick we want it to show. So for example, kangaroo tails, I would just select this to OR, and boom, anytime there is a kangaroo tail candle and it's in one of these key zones, then I'll get notified right to my app on my phone or right to my email. So this will save you a lot of time. okay? And at the end of this video, I'm gonna show you how you can get access to that and try it for free and only pay for it if you actually feel like it's worth it, okay? So that's the first thing, okay? So that's the kangaroo tail. We're looking for it on a key zone, and we're looking for it to be a kangaroo tail, which we just talked about what that is. Now, these are optimizers that you can include these, which will give you a higher probability trade setup, okay? The first thing is space to the left, okay? What that basically means is that we see here that there's a kangaroo tail, long wick, a small little body on the bottom third. It's printed in a key zone, and room to the left basically means that price has not been here in quite a ways. As you can see, this yellow bar, there's room to the left, meaning that the price has not hit this area in quite a while, okay? So that's essentially what that means. You can see another example of a kangaroo tail right here. You can see this long wicking body down here. You can see the small body up in the top left third. But if you look at the price has been there in just the past like 4 candles. So it's not a good example of having space to the left, okay? This is a perfect example here, okay? What other examples here? Okay, so here's another example of space to the left, right? You see this long wick, you see the kangaroo tail right here, boom, but you don't see their space to the left. It's only been a few candles, and price has been there in just a few previous candles, okay? The next thing that you want to do is you want to trade in the direction of the trend, or you want to trade contra crowd, okay? So another thing that I love about the bank secret indicator is that it literally pulls in hundreds of thousands of retail traders, and it shows you what the herd or what the crowd is doing. Look, if we know that 95% of retail traders actually end up losing money, wouldn't it make sense to do the opposite of what they're doing? And so what this does is it shows you that the herd is 71% short. So we actually want to be long, okay? That's the key here, is we want to be opposite of the herd, and this indicator makes it really, really simple. So if the majority are short, then we want to be going long. If the majority are long, we want to be going short, okay? The other thing is that we want to trade in the direction of the trend. So you can see we're on the hourly chart here, and this little thing makes it really easy to see the direction of the trend on each of the time frames. So you can see on the monthly, it's a downtrend. It's an uptrend on the weekly, uptrend daily, uptrend 4-hour, uptrend hourly, downtrend, downtrend, uptrend, uptrend, right? It makes it really easy to just visually see that, so you don't have to be clicking back up here, going from time frame to time frame. And you can see here, if we're trading the hourly time frame and we want to go up above 2 time frames above, maybe the H4 and the daily, we can see that they're all in an uptrend, and the weekly time frames also in an uptrend. So if we're trading this, we likely only want to be considering taking buy trades, right? This is just a really easy way to tell what the trend is actually happening. Okay, so you want to trade in the direction of the trend and trade contra crowd. Now, the next thing is that you want to consider that the longer the wick, the better, okay? So this is a great example of a long wick. You can see right here, here's a really long wick where it's really went quite far, and it tried to go up there, but price said, no, we're not going to do that, and we're going to close like right here, right? So the longer the wick, the better. You want to avoid trading kangaroo tails when candles before the kangaroo tail is a big sign of momentum, okay? Ideally, we'd like to see wicky candles or momentum rollover. Okay, so here's what this means. Basically, you can see this candlestick pattern here. This is a kangaroo tail. We see the little body, and we see these big long wicks, right? But the previous candle you can see was quite bullish. It means that, you know, this was a pretty thick, big candle that came right before it. So that may be a sign that you want to look out for and to avoid. If there's this big bodied candle previously, the sign of a lot of bullish momentum, you may just want to stay out of trades like that, okay? Here's another example. You can see here, this is a kangaroo tail here, and you can see that there wasn't really previous momentum. You can see it was pretty wicky. You can see the biggest bullish candle was like right here. This was several sessions ago, several candles ago, so we should be good to go, and you can see price continue to fall here. But if you look on this candlestick here, you can see that there's this big wick, yeah, but there's a pretty significant bullish candlestick before, so you may want to consider not taking that trade because there was a lot of momentum in the previous session. Okay, so that's it. Number one, we're looking for kangaroo tails, and we're looking for it on a key zone. The bank secret indicator, again, makes it really easy. We're looking for these optimizers, right? There's space to the left. You want to trade in the direction of the trend or contra crowd. The longer the wick, the better. And you want to avoid trading when there's been a serious amount of momentum in the previous candles. Okay, now as far as the execution of this actually goes, the entry must be triggered within 2 candles after the kangaroo tail. Okay, so meaning that if you don't actually get in within 2 candles after the kangaroo tail, then just don't get into the trade. Your stop loss you want to place above or below the kangaroo tail wick, and the take profit's going to be at the next zone. So let's go ahead and take a look at this here. We can see this, for example, we see this kangaroo tail here, and there was bullish momentum, but it just depends on, we can see that, it was, in a quite strong downtrend, it looks like here. So that may override that. You can see that the herd is 75%, but let's take a look at this for just a second. You would want to put your stop loss right above where the wick high is, right there. So you put your stop loss there. You'd want to enter just below where the kangaroo tail is ended right here. Okay, so you can see you would have got in right here. You would have got into the kangaroo tail, and then boom, what do you see? Market just continues to come on down, boom, 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 all the way down here, and you would have had an amazing trade. Now, obviously, not all trades are going to work out like this, but the key is just to continue to trade. You need to take at least 20 trades before adjusting anything. Just trade the strategy for at least 20 trades, right? Let's see, what else is this showing? Okay, so we just covered this. That's where you would have got in right there. And that's pretty much it. So that's the kangaroo tail strategy. Again, we love the bank secret indicator because it makes it really, really easy to be able to tell what's actually happening. It prints these key zones. So you don't have to go subjectively draw support and resistance zones. It also tells you when these candlestick patterns actually come up. And it also gives you a great indicator of when the trend is actually happening, and has a really cool lot size calculator, which I'll show you right here. So if you just take a look at this, let's say you're going to enter this trade right here and you want to put your stop loss above this zone. That's 39 pips, as you can tell. So you can just put your pips to 39 and say we want to risk just 1% of the account. Boom, it'd say that you need the risk of 0.01. Okay. So with that being said, if you'd like to try the bank secret indicator for free, we would like to let you try it for free for 7 days, okay? There's a link that I'll put right in the description below of this video. Go ahead and click it right now. And the cool part about this is you can try it. Try it for free for 7 days. You can take all the trades that you want to. If you don't love it, if you don't think it's amazing, if you don't think it's an incredible edge, then just let us know and you'd be the judge. If it's not worth it, then you don't pay for it, okay? Just let us know before 7 days and won't bill you a single penny. Okay. Now, if this video was helpful, consider watching some of the other videos on our channel. Please just give us a like and a subscribe if this was helpful. And that way you'll get notified anytime else we came out with other cool videos. Also, by the way, I'll just mention this. We just filmed a video where we talk about an insane compounding strategy that you can use with a small account that would work perfectly in conjunction with this kangaroo tail trading strategy that we just taught. So go ahead and check out that video, and we'll love to see you inside of our community.